Hello everyone, this is me, Young Shon. I serve the membership activities of Athena. Today I'd like to introduce you Brigida Bladszun, a therapeutic rhythmist at Green Meadow Waldorf School. She made 9 videos demonstrating eurythmy exercises, warm-ups, rhythms, couple rod exercises, and most of all, the 5 therapeutic eurythmy exercises for strengthening immune system. So welcome, Brigida. I'm very happy to have you this morning. So first thing, I want to know what led you to eurythmy and therapeutic eurythmy.
All right. I knew eurythmy all the time because I went to Waldorf school, and I had actually no desire to really study it. But I had medical interest, and at that time, the universities in Germany had very limited sites for students, so I was not accepted. And I tried to fill my waiting time, and doing that, I asked at the eurythmy school in Vienna if they would accept me as a prospective medical student to join a course in therapeutic eurythmy. And I had seen doctors who had done that. And that's how I got there. And after 3-5 months, then the leader of the school asked me if I would be inclined to do the whole training.
So that's amazing. It just worked out.
Yes.
And also the amazing part is they had a doctor's program and therapeutic eurythmy training together.
Yes, and that was the only place where eurythmy students could learn it, and the doctors also that was the most intense way for doctors to learn and practice these eurythmy exercises.
Right.
And I actually met there Dr. Carno and his wife.
Oh, I see, they were there.
Yes.
And I know something very special about the leader of the training. Do you want to speak a little bit more about Trude Tetter?
Yeah, that was Trude Tetter. And her brother was an anthroposophical doctor in Vienna. And so one part of the training was always to study the lectures, but with both of them present, a doctor and an experienced eurythmist. And when I got there, she was, like a grandmother to all of us, probably 72 years old, and I was just 21.
Wow.
So it was really a, interesting encounter.
It's quite amazing you started so early.
And Jean Simon MacDonald was also there at that time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then how did you get to the therapeutic eurythmy training afterwards?
Well, Trude Tetter told me right away into my face, "You're too young to do this now. You first have to do other things in eurythmy." And there was just no discussion or whatever. I accepted that totally. And then, so I had come here to the States, and then there grew the interest to finish the training from here. And so I did that almost after 35 years of teaching experience. Yeah.
So you were very active in both artistic eurythmy and pedagogical, and then later therapeutic eurythmy as well. And how did you get to manage all of them?
Well, never at the same time, all of them. Mostly 2. Mm-hmm. So first it was only pedagogical, then artistic and pedagogical, and now it is therapeutic and artistic.
Wonderful. Yeah. Would you like to share some of your experiences from the practicum part of the therapeutic eurythmy training?
Yes. I did some part of the practicum here in the States, in Spring Valley, actually, in the fellowship. And I had some children and some of the older members. And it was very, very interesting combination. And that was not enough. And then I applied to the hospital in Berlin, Havelhöhe, and I was accepted, but there one had to go for 6 months. And that is a really full hospital. I mean, rather small, but still it has all branches and different sites for eurythmy, a group for alcoholics, and then for other addictions, and then individual for people with, I mean, other problems and cancer. And I had, for instance, one patient with whom I accompanied for 11 weeks.
Oh, I remember that you presented the case at the IPMT some years ago,
Yes.
Spring Valley. So that was very nice to remember.
Yeah.
All right. So when working with children at the school, and what do you observe? How do you working with
yeah,
children?
the children, those which are referred to me, they are very, very sensitive. And one has to gradually learn to see that under their maybe little one-sided or loud behavior, to find out about their sensitivities. Often it's a defense reaction from some children. Yeah.
And how do you relate to the teachers or caregivers like parents?
Yes, mostly I keep the contact to the teachers and sometimes to the parents, especially if they have to bring the child extra. And mostly it goes very easy, also that the parents observe or sometimes join. But most my sessions are in the morning during school time. So then I'm coping with the teachers and with that child.
And do you want to share any case study that you want to bring?
Yes, I just recently had a big surprise. And it was a girl from China whom I had in therapeutic sessions in January and February. And I also had a Chinese intern who worked with this child in her mother tongue. And we achieved a little bit an improvement with that girl. And then came the lockdown, and it happened that I then did the main lesson work with that child who was in first grade. And during that work, we had the biggest change happening. And it was actually through a copper rod. I passed it on to her in the horizontal way, so she had to catch it with both hands at the same time. And that was her problem, that she always pulled one arm away or one leg away in discomfort. And often she complained, I don't like this, I don't like that, and so on. And here I was and tossed this rod at her. And she, I mean, that's self-explanatory. But you have to catch it, and hopefully not with one hand or let it fall, but with two hands. Mm-hmm. And she learned that. I had to show her a little bit how to keep the hands open to securely catch a rod and then toss it back. And then 3 days later, she said, just very quietly during book work, now I like everything.
That's quite amazing.
Yes. Yeah, it was a real big surprise to me.
And copper exercises are wonderful in that way, as a warm medium and tool to play with.
Yes, and a very objective tool. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which doesn't need any language.
Mm-hmm. So, in general, at school, how do children perceive coming to You With Me sessions?
Most children are coming very easily. And I know, and the teachers too, if the teacher and I have a good contact to each other and trust, the child, or that is nourishing to the child. And then they also go full of joy and come back. And some other children get a little bit jealous. And sometimes we allow a visitor or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Oh, can I go next time?
Yes.
I I had those responses too. All right, great. But I think therapeutic eurythmy is so unique in that sense within the school curriculum.
Yes, yeah. And so I see it very much, I mean, yes, we take time, but actually very little time from a lesson. And the special feature of eurythmy, I feel, is that I try to bring about a connection of the child to the archetype of the sounds, which are divine archetypes. It's not thought out, nor any practical model which has proven to be good, but it is a divine archetype. And the more one has experience as a eurythmist before, or the more one really works with therapy, I find that just deeply confirmed.
Well, that's so beautiful as we receive children in their ideal divine form.
Yeah.
Into the
So
session.
it always means to help them connect again to the divine origin. Yeah. And it's not my teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I
Through
try
you.
to build this connection.
Mm-hmm. But you're providing all those environments for the child
Yes.
to be open and perceive those influences.
Yeah, and I do have this image, and except for right now, I don't talk about it, but that is, I think, the nourishment. Yeah.
And often it lasts quite long. So within those children, the experience of doing eurythmy lasts longer than some other experiences I found.
Yeah, and especially if it helps them to stand better on the earth. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for all your work, actual work with children and adults, and making the videos available for us.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.